At the beginning of our film, we find a little girl floating in the middle of the water alone. The waves are high, but she resists and spits like this from afar. You meet an island and insect standing on the beach. Just then, you find her gone. Exactly like 100 memories. Who will be, I grew up now, and we will see her after she has grown up, and we understand that she lives close to the sea. And you go down and float every day. And the first thing you float, far from the beach, you always think of her mother. And what was always, you stand like this on the beach, and she asks for this from her daughter, go back and float at Ramley. This is the day he stays like him. Like any normal day. When you float, and then you will come back, her whole house, modern technology. Who is under the dam, and we know that she lives in it. With her husband Arian. And every day home. He knows it, weather conditions. And advise her, take medicines. What is it that her body is improving? Just the most important thing. She doesn't forget. Government medicine. What is distributed to all the people who live under the dam. And then you carry out all the instructions, you come down, basement, and we find her husband. Workplace, cave costume worker, and we find him too, pet worker. Devices, virtual reality. To entertain him instead, real animals that died years ago. Famir is proposing to him. The one who picked her and her husband. I really like the idea. And then you go, industrial farm. And the one who spends in it, most of the time. And on the first you go to spit on an orchid. Pain on it. It's a dollop. And after you treat it, you will return to complete a job. At night she and her husband live and go to sleep at 100. She doesn't sleep. And keep thinking, if they are suitable, the task before them, fleeing to comfort her like this teacher, and it will be between his style. With her, it means that he loves her. It's all fine. And at night 100, she dreams of a nightmare from her childhood, so you go to the farm to water the orchid. And the second day you will meet 6 came like this, they have the house, and we know that Virginia, the government sold it, to determine if they are suitable, to grow up, child or not, and you will inform them of the 10. The first percentage of couples who is in the country, this makes them suitable for raising children. But no one is allowed. Succeeds again, unattended. And after the government followed people, watching the parents, they know if they are couples countries suitable, so that they are family. No. And we know that the length of the 7 days that are coming, you will not live with them at home. And you will do them, many tests, to watch their style, even if the decision is positive. At the time, their data will be followed by the enrichment center to start the process. Since natural backwardness prevented, and if they fail, and fighting candidates, they will know along. We also know they have the right. They withdraw from this experiment at any time. But if they do this at the time, they can pay a fine, on any form. About pregnancy, the last decision, he will return to this employee, and before you leave them, they think, Virginia, you tell them that any need you will get at home, you must prefer secrecy. And why Mia? Trying to know, what exactly will they rate? Virginia, you say it. It's not useful to say it. Despite her answer, mysterious, just Mia, Warren keeps making sure they will be good people. On the first day, Virginia begins, do this, a series of tests and starts. Questions about their relationship. And you tell them that this is part of her job. Warren and Mia Petro. They answer all their questions. Even questions that feel uncomfortable. And then 100, you tell them that her mother, I went to the old world. What time is she? And her sister were children. And that's why she doesn't have it. Many memories. And the mother went outside the system. Just 100. There are no objections regarding state laws. And she and her husband say, they see themselves. They are the most committed and professional people. And we want, they help build a new future. But they're raising kids. And Virginia feels that they are trained in. Her answers are these. Here's 100. You say it. She's ready to do anything. To ensure her son meets the needs that have been forbidden, she is her. Especially the sense of belonging. You are going to wear it and talk about a voice. Decorate the bed, but May says that the bed does not have any problem. And when Aaron, it is offered to her, she takes them in harmony. After that, you go to a workshop. The man is like this, and he says it. It's called a cave. Ideas. And he works on an industry. Virtual cat. And Virginia is impressed. When you see the fashion in the cat, what is difficult is that anyone separates them. And between normal, we're real. And then Virginia looks for a job. 100, and you explain it that the smart system helps climates. Local, this supports the diversity of plants. And the glass farm alone. It has more than 1,000 species. Mina Zara and Wattahalib. And when Virginia spits on roses, Mary you ask her to take care of her. Because it's the only need left for her. From her mother, at the time, Virginia is requesting registration. In order. She's allowed. Enter all areas of the house. And when you have to agree, and the step after that, they're doing a full medical analysis. Both when you are surprised, because they are supposed, they did these procedures, but they agree in the other. And then Virginia goes into every detail of his life. And Arim explains it, that the scars in his armor, this is because of an accident that happened at the time of clearing the country of animals. And he says, there are activists who are blaming him. He and the one who happened, and thinking that this is because of the appearance of virtual pets. But the truth means, it's not like that. قد الحيوانات الأليفة كان جزء. Diseases, and the state is reduced. Of value, passion, which pets offer. We know that the demonstrators blew up a laboratory in a university while it was jumping from a window on his shoulder. He has burn scars on his body. And these needs, and then you sold the demonstrators' countries to the old world. And on this night, Aaron and Mia talk about what happened all day. And again in the morning, Virginia begins to act like a small family. And in the first, Mia Warren Bess Gerbo, and Mia is intolerant, but when Virginia explain her goal, Mia understands, but Mia can't, bear. Marble style, and you sound in her face. Warren feels guilty and starts eating. Virginia, and the one who laughs like this, and once you start eating, and throw food at Mia Warren. Food enters his eyes and curses, and Virginia is sitting, decide his words, and when she helps her husband wash and wash, Virginia sits alone in the kitchen. And when they come back, the kitchen is terrified of the view because they find everything saggy and the dishes are tossed everywhere. And Virginia, not available at all. So they turn on it and then find her like this. Teacher, where are you? In the arena cave. She keeps playing songs loudly and dances to a degree. Hey, Aaron. This is how he disobeys and shits and says it. Stop what she is doing. And here Virginia says that the test is over. And they order, from which I came back a big person from another and ready to discuss what happened. But at this moment, a box will be delivered to them, children's toy tent. And they ask them to ride this tent before the day comes out. Warren's mouth. That's it all along, and in the first place he feels that it's really difficult, but at dawn, they will finish the tent. But they will leave the remaining part, and you will throw it into the sea. And the second morning, Virginia enters a tent and searches it. What is strange is that you do not find any flaws. Agree to their job. And after that, Aaron Benzel completes a job on his project. And here, Virginia, teacher, keep going. And she says it about the dog she was raising. And she's a baby, and when the time came when they were Pelmo pets. Fear for her dog, so that he will walk with a strange man. And that's why she took sleeping pills. She finished the dog herself and preferred a long time to cry after that. Poor. It offers her that she tries to hold the monkey he is selling. And she's really doing this, and she is impressed with how much her fur looks real. And Y100, you enter to see the two playing together, and Arim says that they are tigers. And when you have to work, what happened was normal. And the second day they go the sea together, and there is Virginia. You play with them. And Arim plays with her. And then he says to me that the subject is nothing. And one time they notice that Virginia, teacher, it is not available. So they are on it until 100. You find her behind the rocks. So you pull her out and say that she terrified her. Just Virginia says it. It was a fish. Star and walk. Young people, they are surprised and they don't know what to do. When you scream, and she says she wants a real baby. And then Reem, he prefers to imitate her like this. Weichel Bichel, that's Virginia. On the back, they are going home. After that, the world is raining, and his back hurts. Her mouth is showing him that she is removing the girl. Oh, there is a way. But Virginia refuses and says it. She wants her father to remove her. And then they will come back. House in Virginia kindly overland, and you shiver from the cold. So she takes her home and helps her take a warm shower. And talk to her about her mother. And once the bell burn, finds that Virginia planned for a dinner party, and determined their relatives, and their neighbors, and their colleague means to watch. Social interactions. And then 100 Warren Beto prepare this to receive guests. And A. Arian's colleague comes with her husband and teenage daughter. And the rest of the people stay. Older people have grocery for a long time. They have not seen children, and suddenly Virginia comes out of the tent, and you are churning them. And no one is in them as expected to meet. You act in these behaviors while they live. This is how you relax on the guests and take food from their food and make positions. Very embarrassing. And the biggest surprise is that Aaron's mama, she will also come and be shown to her that she is not excited about this determination. And after her, the style is left Virginia's strange teacher, preferably complimentary, and teenage girl. Surprised, and you don't understand this 6 how many years? And when adults start talking about work, one of the guests talking about confidential reports. You say that in life, on land, prohibited, and that there is a birth, normal like the old days. The children there live a short, miserable life. Sometime here, government, control, in the number of people, and then the guests celebrate Warren's 100. To state, they have a child, and Mama Aaron says by mistake, that he and another one try to succeed before that, And of course 100 crashes. And then Big Arrow. The theme for the new world. And the people who are angry, that's how they say that Mama is dead. 100 denied because she was lying. And one of the 6 is looking forward to thinking, life before this border? How is she working? Especially since she's 153 years old. Allah, your hands are healthy, you need. And in the first all, they talk about how sweet it is that one lives the summer again. But the summer was not finished. It was always hot and in storms. There was no harvest or refuge. He wasn't even in need of useful at all. Hunger killed and disease spread. In many bathrooms they became extinct, and people were killing each other a little bit. I missed it for a while one day. Nagel, find a solution like this, is that they make a new flag, but it wasn't in it. A place for all people, and that's why they had to make decisions. Difficult to live. Even people grow food like this on farms. They are also unable to overcome nature. At the end of their words, Virginia will be based on the 6 stone and work. Walk at the time, there are many problems, and here are one of them, 100. She's lamb's heir, and with the blame of her mother she hits her. After that dinner will end. And when do you enter like this? And I will return to it. Of course my husband, teacher, he talks about what happened and says it. Oh, it was hidden. This order is because he was afraid to lose it. On the other hand, teacher, the two will reconcile. The problems do not leave them alone. And at night, Virginia enters like this. And she says she dreamed, a monster's dream and sleep in their midst. And the second day of Adam, he works like this, teacher. And Virginia goes to the farm and asks her about her opinion of what is happening, and when she says it, they are trying. They deal well with these tests. And once won, 100 by receiving a call from her sister, teacher, and she says that she is tired and in the hospital. According to the laws, if someone from subscribers then cancel the project. Just Virginia says it. She can overlook this issue if she comes back before 6:00. And when Mia, teacher, you will come back, the house sleeps between her husband and her daughter. And the second morning, you say that the call from this hospital was a mistake. And get confused in the names, and then Virginia. She comes back to dealing as if she was a child, but I hope he will still get the end of it. My mouth feels that there is something wrong that happened. She asks her husband to take care of Virginia. And wish you didn't go floating. And when you graduate like this, Master Virginia, ask Aaron. He's playing with her. He just says it. He has a job and says it too. You go out and play outside, you go out and try. Go like this. The 100 is just not, pure teacher, go to the farm. Time means 2 places. Be working on the monkey. Virginia begins to grow in the implant and destroy every need. 100 tired of it. And she breaks the tools and sits on the ground while she sings. Then there will be fires in the place, but Virginia is not afraid. And you don't run away, on the contrary, teacher. She sleeps on the floor. 100. Looking out of the sea, meets you, smoke from afar, and she runs on the farm while she calls her nuts. Then Aaron will be focused in his work and happy with the result he received, because the monkey still looks very real. Why do you touch? And here the house is reporting I'm in trouble on the farm. He goes like this there, but unlike 100. He's not in a hurry to save Virginia. Mouth collapses at the door, and then you meet Virginia sleeping on the ground in a rim. He enters to save her and withdraw her. That's why. And the farm is fond. After that, Arim tries to make Virginia eat. But she gets up from the trapeza, so he shits. Because I didn't think about her safety. At the farm. She just says it. Virginia could have died. And then 100 meet Virginia and confess. That farm was the greatest. Achievements. I wasted years on it. And trying to let Virginia absorb what she did. On the last day of evaluation, Virginia says them. They can prove that they are responsible candidates. They have a high level of competition. Just their request I refuse and you will be shocked. Warren says it. Business. Everything he can do. And whoever can do it to deliver it. They want it. When do you know that he betrayed her with her? Burst of laughter. Hysterical. She tells her husband that he betrayed her baby girl, and after Virginia walks, but she goes for the rest of me. Farmhouse. And she turns like this in the remains. You will find the tent stick that you threw into the sea. And I understand that Virginia knew from the beginning that they tried. They neglect it and destroy it. This cursed tent is like this, and you are humiliating her husband when he tries to console her. And then, take her cave. This is what the child is doing. And when you hold the child and for a moment you feel that everything is normal. Just one time you throw it and walk. Varian is surprised like this. Because he did everything he could do, he still sacked him. Not to be behind. This is staying. The wish that people pay to drink clean water. And to live. And because, same, but his wife says that the child does not smell. And it's not real. And they must understand, why do you refuse? Then 100 will travel and go to Virginia. Who is looking for her real name, Grace? And you want to know why she is from her. Warren means refuse. And Grace is trying. You fear her and say that she is what you do. This is her committing a crime, but me, she says she won't give up. And thinking she saved Grace's life. And my time is needing to say it. The truth is, my mouth understands that Grace is afraid of something, and presses her. Just Grace says it. They failed like the rest of the people who failed. And when Grace feels that she said a lot of words, just shut up 100. I understand that everyone who registers the order will refuse it all, and Grace confesses to her that the 6 years that passed, there is no one to his request. Cancel. The program people will imagine. That's why she's doing everything she can. To leave couples. They accept rejection. Most of them mean they are not complete. Just Grace completed. in order to take the reward that they promised her. And what is it that it is under development? Especially after the daughter she had. Wish years died. Phaedrus is crying. I couldn't. Imagine the idea that she's losing a child. And Grace confesses that her daughter drowned. When you hear this, remember the words of the guest about the new world in which people still live, but Grace refuses. She goes, especially since she is old. It is not a young solution. She won't live for long. And after that, we find Grace Reha. Meet one like this. And his wife is again Maddie, who is on the request of the successor. So you go to the house and meet them. And there, of course, they assure her that they will remain excellent people. And then they will do it. The place in which you will sit, so you will not be absent for a moment like this. And you answer something. But when you come back, you won't find Grace. And when you open the window, you will meet Grace Nutt. And at this time, Urin, be a mask. A little girl in a cave. When you encroach, inspection of the borders of the ancient world, and she hands over her papers and walks. And then Aaron, Biba Kida. I'm running on the beach. And he is with the girl after she grew up. And when they come back, the house is the default version of 100. That's from the balcony. Just 100. The truth remains close to the last century. Before you enter Old World, and we see people while they are wearing instead protection and walking towards an unknown road, and why she comes out to the light and takes off the mask. You find the air is solid and understand not everything is perfect in the Old World. She's just smiling. And she's crying so that you feel free. Finally, I finish this. Don't forget the rest. I like, share, and subscribe. And see you in the bones. Who is coming? Peace be upon you.